going on? It's me, the scrap metal man, as they beginning to call me. But in any case, I'm about to make a run to the scrap metal yard. Just pretty much got off work, getting off one job, going to do another one. But of course, this is like a hobby, so I don't mind doing this at all. Of course, it's a little after 4. They close at about 5, and it's about 12, 13 miles away. And when the traffic's good before the rush hour hits, even though I'm not flowing with rush hour, I typically get there in about 15, 20 minutes. And but then it's kind of hectic coming back home, because then I'm flowing with the rush hour traffic. But I've found some shortcuts that I can get home a little faster. But nonetheless, just wanted to show you some more metal that I'm scrapping here, and what I'm taking today. I'm not taking any steel, any metal, but I got a van full of aluminum and some motors and a whole bunch of other stuff. But here, take a look at it. So here I got a bucket in the front seat of my van here full of, you know, it could be anything from stainless steel, probably some metal. I probably got some brass in there, but of course, even though sometimes I could separate it, they'll take the time and separate it, or sometimes they'll just make me an offer and include everything in for one nice little price, and I just take it and run with it. Now here on the inside of the van, I got mainly aluminum, so this was like an aluminum day for me, just grabbing, you know, I got 2 garbage cans full of aluminum, you know, that come from screen doors and windows, and then of course I got a couple of chairs, and then have an antenna that a guy asked me to take off his house last weekend, and then that aluminum there that comes out of the air condition. And then in that yellow bucket there, where you see those from off of a stove, I really don't know if they'll take those or not. I'm still kind of fairly new at this, never done that before, but I just know some of those aren't magnetic, and of course they're probably not aluminum, but I don't know what they is, but we'll find out once I get there. But then in that bucket, as well as this bucket, well, in this bucket I have some motors, such as this motor here, you know, that comes from a ceiling fan, and I could cut the wires off of that and add them to my other collection. But then I have some batteries, and then I have other motors in there. Well, actually I got the motors in there. I'm a little confused where those things come off from the stove. But I got this bucket right here. It's got, you know, quite a few doorknobs in there, so they'll take those as well. And then I have a few of these. I generally get these and clip the cords off of them, and of course use that for insulated copper. But of course, if there's a cord, see, that's where you pick the cord off from. Maybe I'll be able to turn these in as motors or something like that, but I'm gonna ask when I get there. And then I found this piece too. Somebody was tossing this out. It's a telescope. I tried to look through it. It looked like it worked, but I'm not quite sure, but we'll find out. But anyway, here I got a couple of fans out of the AC unit. You know, those go for motors, and then I have motors in here. There's a drill and a motor I took apart yesterday. If I toss some of these things out of here. This came from a garage door opener, and as you see, all the copper in there, and then these motors from off the TVs and computer monitors. And then I even found a radiator. I got that buried in the bottom right about there. So they'll be taking that radiator and probably get anywhere from $3 to $4 for that, because I've turned those in the past. You know, folks are changing their own radiators and dumping those out. And this was a sign, this aluminum sign. Then I have a screen door here, which these screen doors are pretty much aluminum. Got stack of aluminum pans, as well as some other aluminum inside that garbage can. And so as you see, I got a van full of stuff. We shall see how much this bring home to Papa. Papa need a new pair of shoes, but in any case, I get back with y'all, show you the grand total of how much all this is. If I was a guessing man, I say anywhere from 40-50 bucks. Generally, I'm always low under bidding, but I'm gonna go and head out before it gets too late. And these mosquitoes, even here in September, they're still bad in San Antonio. They probably ate my arm up already, but nonetheless, gotta go. I'll get back with you all later. Peace. All right, y'all, I made it back from the recycle place, Longhorn, and you know, got there, was able to cash everything in, and the final results was $95.30, I believe, somewhere around there. I'll show you the receipt in a minute. All right, here we are back at home. The van's pretty much emptied out. Got my gloves and bottle of water, my tool set, all gone. But of course, I managed to pick up some stuff along the way. Thank the Lord. You know, people, the neighborhood that I go through, it's trash day tomorrow, so of course, you know, I managed to pick all this up at one stop. It's still early in the day. Some folks put their trash out early, some a little later on tonight. Sometimes I drive around the neighborhood about as it's getting dark. Now it's getting dark around 8 o'clock. As more and more people begin to set their trash out, they generally set out some scrap metal. But where I got this from, that's a hit right there. I mean, they just had this container. As you can see, we got a Kodak printer. This is pretty much just scrap metal. I just turned that in with all the other scrap steel that I have, and then of course all these cords, you know, which account for insulated cable, and you got some in here that will count for communication cable, and look like in here too they got some camcorder discs. I might just take a look at these, see if anything is on here, and I just might even sell these if they're still good. But got lots and lots of cords, look like, you know, a lot of insulated cable, and you can definitely add this to the collection of insulated cables that I already have. You know, and I generally will find something like this from time to time. Looks like we got another device in here. I'm not quite sure what this RCA piece of equipment is, but like a video, something like a converter box of some sort, and just all kind of cables. Well, anyway, that's a pretty nice find. You know, get one of these with all these cords, and I like cords because, you know, basically I'm filling up a garbage pail like that of insulated cable. I got about 3/4 of the way full, and then I have a container like this full of communication wire, and so that'll be good. And then this piece of metal was in here. This feels like steel. You know, you can tell the difference between steel and aluminum because aluminum in most cases is pretty light, or it could be also stainless steel. But I'm gonna pull out my magnet, as I heard the scrap, I think that was a scrap metal woman that I was looking at on YouTube. Yep, any good metal scrapper carries a magnet, and of course that definitely sticks to that, and so this is basically steel. And then just like these broom handles, mop handles, a lot of those are steel, and I just turn them in like that. And some of them you'll find are aluminum, like this white one here, if this is not plastic. But yeah, actually this one's plastic, so this is trash basically. And they have some other stuff in there, but the majority of them are feeling like, yeah, they are steel for sure. So anyhow, that was pretty good. I'll come out here and clean some of this up later. But oh, let me pull out the receipt just to show you. But yeah, so this was the grand total, if I can catch it. And actually that was $98.34. Total payment, as you see there. I'm sorry, I can't read. $95.34. I think I said that was $95.30. And as you see, that's where I went to the Longhorn Recycling. And here basically are the, let me try to get in the shade, the sun. You know, as you see, I got $6.50 for the aluminum radius, and it shows the price as of today, because the prices do go up and down depending on the stock market and maybe some other factors. You got 34.64. It gave me for about 48 cents a pound, because I had a mixture of what they would consider clean aluminum and dirty aluminum, and just kind of met me in the middle. And then you see I had a total of, what's that, 75 pounds of motors, because I had them in 2 separate carts. I had so much stuff I had to get 2 carts, and they did 1 cart at a time. And as you can see, that total, you know, right around anywhere between 11 to 12 bucks. And then I had some metal in there, so that was 10, only 4 pounds of it, got 32 cents. I had 20 pounds of batteries, then the stainless steel, the refinery brass, and then the dirty stainless steel, and of course again that amounted to $94.34. So not bad. I still consider myself for the most part an amateur scrap metal type of a guy. You know, I see guys coming in there and they be walking away with hundreds of dollars, or be getting checks for thousands of dollars, you know, for those guys who do this maybe on a full-time basis, or a lot of the construction workers who are able to extract a lot of these metals from, you know, buildings they are either erecting or tearing down. But nonetheless, hey, that's 95 bucks I didn't have this morning, and I definitely put this money to good use, and I thank the Lord for it. So I'm not complaining. I generally do that in about a week, you know, about almost, I'd average about 100 bucks a week, because of course, again, this is a hobby. It's not something I do full-time. I already got a day job, so to speak, and this is something that I do for fun, but it's also work. So anyway, hope you learned something about me and what I do in scrapping metal, and take care and have a good day.